There is a serious shortage of attractive, eligible, mentally stable, emotionally available men. We need to get a search party together, figure out what has happened, where have they gone, and what do we do about this? Because it's a problem.
Look, I have said this before and I will say it again. There is no shortage of good men. It is simply that you don't see the men that are good men in your life as dateable, but they're probably good friends. Like, they're probably in your friend zone. And then for the good men that aren't in your life, it is because they're not looking to date. They probably spent far too long in a relationship that took advantage of their goodness. Those men are either working, they're either at home, or they're just hanging out with friends or doing some sort of hobby in seclusion. So if you really do want a good man, you better look in your friend zone or do all that you can to put out positive energy about men, because they will see you and they might take a chance on you then.
When they first started promoting this event, they were targeting men and women. I also don't follow anybody that is putting on this event, but every time I open Instagram on my Reels page, I'm getting Reels from all of the event coordinators that are only targeted towards men, trying to get them to apply to this event. So now this is raising some red flags in my mind and my critical brain turns on. And I'm like, okay, if they are only promoting this towards men, that must mean they can't find men to come to this event. Then I started thinking about it and I was like, I don't know a single man, let alone a black man, because most of their audience is black, who would pay even $50 to go to a singles event, let alone speed dating and $150.
Single in relationship.
Single.
Where do you normally meet girls in London?
I don't know. They usually come up to me in the street, actually.
And would you approach a girl by first if you liked her?
No,
No?
no.
So how do you want to meet her?
She'll approach me.
So you wouldn't mind if the girl approached you?
No, I love it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw a video the other day. A girl's like, men are afraid to come up to us. They're not afraid to come up to you. I mean, maybe some feel a little insecure, but by and large, they're just like, I don't need this aggravation today. I don't need some diva aggravation today, because more often than not, what do? You know, nasty, you know, like a little attitude, puckered lips. You know the puckered lip. They're tired. They're tired. They're tired of getting made fun of. They're tired of being, you know, abused. They're tired of getting, you know, oh, I'm a meme now. Because why? Because I looked your way for 2 seconds in the gym.
We keep hearing about the male loneliness epidemic. And ironically, we keep hearing about it mostly from women who are very adamant that they don't care anything about it, yet continue to speak on it almost constantly. Not only that, but they also mention that it's entirely men's fault that they're lonely. But I have some serious doubts about that, because from what I have been seeing, there are actually a lot of men that are perfectly happy being single, and they're not lonely at all. Granted, there are some lonely men out there, but I would also point out that there are a lot of lonely women out there too, but we're not calling that an epidemic, because most women will say that they'd rather be alone than with someone who doesn't appreciate them. And I would actually wager that the same holds true for men, that they would rather be alone than with someone who doesn't treat them properly. So, gentlemen, please, are most of you alone because no one will date you? Or are you alone because you can't find anyone suitable to be in a relationship with? I have a feeling it's more of the latter.